Hey everybody, how's it going? Today is a good day. Well, actually, yesterday was a good day, or it might be the other day for you guys. Um, so Field of the Dead has been banned from Arena. Standard, best of three, best of one, paper Magic, Magic the Online, Magic the Arena, everything, everywhere. So we're just going through the news feed today. There's quite a lot of things coming in this week, and next week. Well, next week for Arena, this week for everything, for everyone, for all the Magic stuff. So we've got the banned and restricted announcements, and we're gonna go through this and just my take on why I think this is right, why their decision to ban Field of the Dead is the right move going forward. I know a lot of people are complaining about Oko. Ban Oko. He's a very powerful card, and they say Oko is Broko, but anyway. So I don't think that Oko is as broken as Field of the Dead. Um, at the beginning when I was playing, I myself have had my own runs of Field of the Dead, and the developers, the people in charge of balancing these things, are only doing it now. They're only banning it now. Uh, I suppose it's because of the combo that you have between Field of the Dead, Golos, and well, not just those two, but including the Fires of Invention, um, which makes it really, really strong. Because uh, basically, if you're familiar with Fires of Invention, as long as you have the amount of mana, Fires of Invention will allow you to cast whatever spell you want, as long as you have that converted mana cost, regardless of if you have the right colors in there. If you have two reds, two blacks, two whites, or whatever, regardless of that, you can cast any card that you want as long as you have the converted mana cost. If you have enough land on the board, with the restriction of two, of only being able to cast two spells per turn. But there is a work around that, which can lead you to pretty much an instant win, or an unexpected win, if you include Teferi. And I've been able to use that, so I've been able to bypass that sort of workaround. See, it's such that combo, those three cards, in my opinion, is why they've decided to go with the whole, let's ban Field of the Dead. It's because of that combo in that deck that makes it so powerful. Field of the Dead on its own, as you may have noticed in M20, people weren't the devs weren't really too focused on that whole thing. Let's ban Field of the Dead, because Golos, Field of the Dead, they were there in M20 before Eldraine came. But when Eldraine came, the deck archetype became so powerful because I believe because of that one card, Fires of Invention. And so they had to sort of balance it out and remove Field of the Dead. Although that may be the case that because they didn't have enough data, people weren't really playing it a lot in M20. I think it was only during the last few months when people were playing it. And there's just so many cards now in Eldraine that make Field of the Dead such a powerful archetype. If you thought that in M20 it was a strong deck, it became even stronger when Eldraine came out, because of all these, really powerful cards. You have stuff like the Giant Killer, or no, not the Giant Killer. That card that destroys everything except for giants. You have that, and considering that Field of the Dead, having that combined with Golos, where you can easily have 3-4 Field of the Dead on the board, and just play a single land card and you'll have 4 creatures on the board. That is very powerful. You've been able to wipe the board both your enemy side, your side, it doesn't really matter because, well, for you it doesn't really matter because you can always just, replenish, reload, and have as much as 4 zombies on the board immediately. And so that's what makes it such a powerful archetype. And I do believe that now, thinking about it, it is overpowered. Back then I didn't really think about it. I was thinking, well, there's so many counter spells to it. You can always steal the land, you can always I don't know, board wipe. But then I came to the realization that, with Eldraine in, there's so many things that can allow you to maintain your advantage over the board. And it became, I watched the Mythic Championships. It became sort of a standard. It became more annoying than, your usual stuff. And it became sort of, I mean, I guess Nexus was worse, but having feel but now, as we go forward into, making the game more balanced, making the game better, more enjoyable to play, Field of the Dead is probably the next bigger threat. And that's why they had to ban Field of the Dead. And I agree, I really do, because eventually I actually got tired of playing Field of the Dead, and I had to resort to playing the other deck archetypes. Anyway, that's enough for the bans. So yes, anyway, I guess that's all I have to say about Field of the Dead. Moving on to other news, we have a new event coming up. I believe it's already out for Paper Magic, and I do want to participate in this. It's called Magic Extra Life 2019. So basically, for some weird reason, they decided to use My Little Pony. I guess it's because it's kids are into it, and kids love it. I mean, I've seen this on Netflix. I've watched it. It's entertaining. May not be for everybody, but I mean, if you can get behind the whole colorfulness of My Little Pony, it is very close to, Dungeons and Dragons, Magic the Gathering. I mean, if you can get past the colorful unicorns, then I guess you can say that it is sort of a grown-up thing. The lore, if you can get through that, if you can penetrate the cutesy barrier of it, the lore behind it is very Dungeons and Dragon-ish. And I've actually started watching My Little Pony on Netflix. I'm still in season 1, and I'm quite enjoying it. My personal favorite is Nightmare Moon. So that being said, Magic is having, Wizard of the Coast in general is having a fundraising thing that benefits the Seattle Children's Hospital, and you can help. So the goal is to sort of raise funds and at the same time provide you guys, consumers, me, with something we can take home with, like Princess Twilight, these cards. So these cards will be available, and they're actually calling it Ponies the Galloping series. So the introducing Ponies the Galloping, we've got 3 silver bordered, 3 silver, this looks like 4 to me, cards, 1 double side, oh okay, 3 silver bordered Magic cards, 1 is double sided, featuring some of our favorite My Little Pony characters. So we've got Princess Twilight Sparkle, we've got Rarity, Nightmare Moon. I personally want this, but I don't collect the cards because these are only coming out in physical form. For Magic Arena players like me exclusively, we have other stuff coming somewhere. So we have Rarity. Rarity is my favorite pony out of everyone, on the good side, because Nightmare Moon's actually a sort of like a villain or something, or anti-hero. But I like Nightmare Moon because she's so edgy. But Rarity has to be my favorite, like, sort of good guy pony, because I mean, who doesn't love that hair, that curly hair? And she I don't know, she does like these clothing tailoring things, and in any RPG game, MMO, I actually because I'm a fan of like mages and priests, clerics, whatever. And I like the whole, you know, when there's a job system, not job like class, but job system where, you know, a profession. I always go for food and clothing because that's my thing. I kind of like, you know, grading my clothes because that's where the end game is, cosmetics. Anyway, so moving on, they also have like these little play mats, Ponies of the Galloping play mats, which features Nightmare Moon, Rarity, and I forgot what your name is. She is Princess Twilight. So these playmats are going to go on sale. You can buy them somewhere off the Hasbro website, hasbropulse.com, today, I think. 23, yeah, today. You can buy them off of that website, have them delivered to you. I live in a different country, so it doesn't really, I don't want to, you know, go through the hassle. That's why I'm just going to wait for the Magic Arena stuff to come out on the 28th, next week, Monday. So the event for this whole thing will be running from October 22 to November 5. And these playmats they will cost $100. And you can, I think it's like 80% of it goes to the charity. 20% is sort of like cost covered or whatever. And additionally, we have streaming events. So there will be 2 in-house streams on Magic, on the Twitch Magic channel, to raise money for Extra Life. It will start from October 8 to November 1, starting 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Pacific time. Employees of Magic Arena, Magic the Gathering Online will get together, generally just, you know, play around, have some fun to generate the money for the charity. And here comes the Magic Arena stuff that we are waiting for. So we have sleeves for these cards, digital sleeves, and everybody loves sleeves. We all like to collect our own very personal favorite sleeves. My personal is Nightmare Moon, and I probably might get Rarity and this Extra Life logo, which features Ajani, a very cutesy Ajani. And for Magic the Gathering Online or Magic Online players, donations of at least $20 during the Wizard of the Coast Extra Life streaming event on November 2 from 3 p.m. to midnight Pacific time will receive a Magic Online code, wherein you can use that code to get one of these random alternate art shock lands. Right here, somewhere down here. There we go. Hallowed Fountain. Whatever is it's randomly generated, so you don't really get the choice to pick one. But along with that code, you get the one non-tradable Ajani Extra Life mascot avatar and a non-tradable Twilight Sparkle Princess of Magic and Friendship avatar. So, with that being said, for more news and more details, go ahead and visit the Magic the Gathering website so that you can, you know, prepare for this very huge event.